What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, I want to give a shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, the brother Robert Mason coming through with yet another donation via the PayPal. Salute to you for showing love to the channel once again. So, this damn group text, man. Anyway, it was back March of 2024 when LeBron James launched his podcast, Mind the Game. And although he feigned, that the podcast was created to change the discourse of sports talk to be more positive and uplifting, to uplift the game. I think that's the way he spent it. Also to help elevate sports talk to a more cerebral discussion instead of bottom feeding, as he described it, more or less, right? In reality, I think all of us see that his Mind the Game podcast only uplifts LeBron James, only uplifts Clutch Sports, only uplifts whatever agenda LeBron James has. That's what it's really about. Okay? And we all see it. We saw it from day one, back when he had JJ Redneck as his partner in crime on there. Now he's been followed by another sycophant and Steve Nash, who of course probably is looking to get back into basketball in some sort of capacity himself. So one guy who talked about this recently is none other than Stacy King, former NBA player, former teammate of Michael Jordan. I think he won 2 championships, not mistaken, with the Bulls. I think 91, 92. I don't think he was in the 93 team. But anyway, he called out LeBron James for what he calls the Crimea River podcast. He said that should be the name of the podcast.
LeBron and KD and Steve Nash did their little podcast thing, and they always drag the legacy of Michael Jordan.
What is it called? Was it Crimea River?
Crimea River. I think
Crimea River podcast? Yeah. Oh, my God. I tell you what, man, listen. I was watching
revisionist history, they should call it.
Yeah, you know what, Mark? Great players don't have to tell people they're great.
Yeah, that's true.
You let fans do that. You let people debate it on talk radio and podcasts. Players don't have to do that. We all know you're great. You don't have to tell us. When you have to go around trumpeting that you're great and what separates you from all the other people that makes you greater than them, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's why I say it's a Crimea River podcast, because you're crying and moaning about what they said. And they were kind of sneak dissing MJ. If you really listen between the lines, they were talking about, Kevin Durant was talking about how longevity is more important than rings and all that other stuff. Being in the league basically for 20 plus years shows the dedication and the hard work that you had to do to stay here. But he failed to mention, the load management and this guy only playing in no more than 3 times in his career, 82 games in a season.
Yeah, right.
LeBron's only played 1 time 82 games in a season. MJ, 9 times in his career played 82 games, plus the playoffs and championships. It goes into 115 games. So to listen to these guys discredit the former players and how great they were to basically step on top of them to get themselves higher is really sad. You should, first of all, don't even compare eras, because there's 2 different eras, okay? But if you want to compare anything, compare the body of work. Forget eras, but the body of work. Same amount of games, same travel, same stay in hotels, all that's equal. What did you do in the time that you were here? What did you do? How many championships you won? Because Kevin Durant wants to be one of the great players.
Right.
He wants to be considered a go-to, okay? And I love Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant is a phenomenal player. But you don't win any championships if it wasn't with Steph Curry. See, you could always say, well, Golden State, didn't win anything until I got there. That's not the case. Golden State won before you got there, and then they won afterwards. So you can't say you were the difference maker. Steph Curry sacrificed his game when Kevin Durant was there to say, hey, do you, man. You be the guy. I'm not even going to be, I'll just step back, hit open shots from him. He didn't care about that. He just wanted to win. Kevin Durant's ego got so big from the fact that everybody was saying, oh, you couldn't win unless you go to Golden State. You couldn't beat Golden State, so you had to join him. So his ego was so big, he leaves Golden State. And it wasn't just because of the Draymond Green situation. That was some of it when Draymond Green snapped at him on the bench.
Yes.
That was some of it. But the majority of it is he wanted to show people he could get his own team like LeBron.
Create his own team with Kyrie and go win.
And I can go win. And how'd that work out for you? You did it in Brooklyn, failed miserably. You went to Phoenix, failed, didn't even make the playing game in Phoenix. So you're not on that level. LeBron can still say he's on that level.
Well, he always changes. He moves the target.
Yes, the goalposts always move.
Yeah. One time it's about how many championships you won. Next time, rings don't matter.
Rings don't matter. Yeah. But I remember distinctly when you're going to Miami, was that not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, all the way to 8. Okay, yeah. Listen. At the end of the day, you will never be able to discredit, what Bill Russell did. Guys who have won more than one championship, you can never discredit that. Right. To sit up here and just try to tear down Michael Jordan's legacy, talking about, he left to go play baseball. Some guys went to go play baseball. See, if you knew your history, you know exactly why he left. That was a dream his father wanted to do. That guy was mourning the death of his father. Okay, we were all part of that. I remember where I was when I got the news. We were playing a celebrity softball game at Comiskey against Michael Bolton. His travel softball team was for charity. And Mr. Jordan didn't show up, which was unheard of. And I remember flying off to Hawaii to go to Pete Newell's big man's camp. And I'm looking at the news and I saw that he was murdered. And that's the reason why he didn't show up. Michael was devastated. Everybody was devastated. And him and his dad were super close, And so to sit up there and say the guy left to go play baseball, but you failed to mention the guy left as the greatest player before he left. Nobody was beating him when he was here. Right. He went away for almost 2 years and came back and took everything back that someone else took, and y'all didn't win again. So you didn't say that, but they're just, he went to go play. He didn't play 20 years. Da, da, da. Come on, bro. If he played 20 years, Kareem's record.
I mean, man, Stacy King was cooking so hard, man. I mean, what do I really need to add there? What do I need to add? Only thing I can think off the top of my head that I really want to add is, when it comes to Kevin Durant, he's a great player, but he's not no top 10 all-time player. I don't give a damn what Stephen A. Smith says. He's not top 20 to me. I'm sorry, but without Stephen Curry, without playing with the Warriors, he would have no championships. And one of the main reasons why he joined the Warriors is, and he said it multiple times back in 2016, he said, going there, it looks like the game would be so much easier for me. And he kept saying that. I said, easier? Man, that don't. Huh? Easier? Oh, fuck no, man. No. That's not what a great player, especially, I'm not saying that a team doesn't improve with a piece and it's going to make the game a little easier for the star player to do things. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking as far as how the fuck do you lose to a team after blowing a 3-1 lead, which indicates that you can beat that team, and then 6 weeks later decide, I'm going to join that team that just eliminated me because I think that it's going to make my game so much easier playing with all these shooters. As a teammate, I don't trust your motherfucking ass after that. He and LeBron James some of they're the main reasons why players have the mentality they have now, where they can be losing at 25 at halftime, and then, in the locker room, they, looking for highlights of themselves on social media, not giving a fuck that they losing. Don't give a shit about the fans. Only want to take from the game, and don't give anything back. But yeah, man, Stacy King is 100% correct. Michael Jordan played 82 games, I believe, 9 times in his career. I think he played in over 80 games, like something around 11 times. So this is a guy that in his last year in the league, despite having various injuries, serious injuries and health issues, I'll say serious health issues, he still played all 82 games in a very physical league, and he averaged 37 minutes a night. Starter minutes. That's prime all-star starter minutes. And he was doing it at 40 years of age. Banged up, fucked up knee. Knee had to be drained before every game. Ribs screwed up. Arthritis. Had an orthopedic in his shoe. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't play nowadays, because they're sad. Out because of depression. But man, at the end of the day, I don't go for all of this revisionist BS where we're trying to tear down our legends to uplift these other guys. No. Bill Russell has a point. People can say that he only played in an 18 or 14 team league. But if you also think about it, that also means he was playing against the best every night. Because we only had half the teams that we have. If we had less than half the teams we have now in the NBA, that means a lot of motherfuckers will be sitting in them stands watching that's playing the league. And only the best players play, which means that if you're Nikola Jokic, right, you're going to be playing against Joel Embiid a lot more often. You're going to be playing against Anthony Davis a lot more often. You're going to be playing against Victor Wembanyama a lot more often because there's only going to be 14 teams now instead of 30. And those guys are going to be in the league because they're the best players. Nobody's going to cut them. So Bill Russell has a point. That means he was playing against, look, the brother played against Will 140-something times. 140-something times. One thing that you will say about basketball back then, you saw a lot of marquee matchups. So when it comes to quality of competition, Bill Russell may have faced more quality competition, as did Will Chamberlain, as did Oscar Robertson and Jerry West more than anybody else. There weren't no easy nights just beating up on expansion teams. We can't have it both ways. We can't sit up there and shit on Bill Russell saying he only played against 18 in an 18 league, but then later on shit on teams for playing in expansion areas or players playing in expansion areas. But anyway, salute to Stacy King for keeping it real. And I'm gonna tell you something. Stacy King's a real one because if you know anything about Stacy King and Michael Jordan, they didn't get along all that well at first. Stacy King used to catch a lot of hell from Jordan. Jordan used to call him like what? He said, how can you? He used to criticize his rebounding all the time. So he was fat. Called him a powerless forward, all types of shit. But that's just how Michael Jordan was. You know what I'm saying? He said certain things to certain people to get under their skin. That's just to motivate you to play harder. Even if he had to be a villain, he needed, if he had to be a villain, to get you to play harder. That's just how it was. He wasn't Mr. Rogers out there. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.